Hello everybody, Jessica here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me. So, as promised, I am starting a new classification file folder journal, and I've kind of been looking for direction with this, so I have done a little playing, and I wanted to come in before I got too much further to let you know what I've done. So I started off with a classification file folder that was big. It was like this big. And I just cut the top off. I cut the top off that has these metal bits on it, but I plan to use this within the journal itself. And so the other things I have done was I reinforced the spines in between the different file folder dividers with two 1/2-inch strips of hanging file folders. So this, I think I decided this was 10 inches tall. Let me just double check. Pretty sure it was 10 inches. Yep, just shy of 10 inches tall. So it's 10 inches tall. And this is 2 strips glued together and glued down, because for this one I intend to put things in each of these spaces. Oh dear, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I apologize. So then after I did that, I glued down a piece of ticking cloth. It's like a canvas weight, so it's a pretty sturdy ticking cloth over the whole spine. And then just now, I put this little bit of its beading chain. It's this one. It's called Bead Land. It's from Michaels. Bead Landing Chain. It's 5.4. Oh, wait. No, that's not the thickness. Don't know what the thickness is. But anyway, it comes on a spool from Michaels. But you could get it on Amazon, or you could get it from any kind of craft supply place. And what I did was I did my normal, put a hole in there with an eyelet. I put the chain through, and then I put the end of the chain through this gear, and then I added a jump ring. And the jump ring is serving as a stopper to the hole in this little gear. So this little gear is also just the kind that comes like on a string, on a chain from Michaels. Again, it's just, they're the kind that are used for beading. I have a bunch of them from some different sources. Some of them have these nice center holes that you can use to put push pins through, and they come patinaed. So I just use one of those at each end, and I'll tell you why I want to do that in a second. The other thing I want to bring you up to speed with is I put an eyelet through the back page at the top and an eyelet through the back page at the bottom, and then I used the what is this called, ball chain, to attach some vintage jewelry that I got from a live sale with Jessica Rapp from Two Silver Oranges. I will link her YouTube channel. And then I connected, there were 2 pieces that I connected with a jump ring, and then I put some ball chain through that jump ring and added a bowl clip that I rusted in a rusting session that I did a few weeks ago. So this is going to be my closure. So I'm kind of getting some of these basic structural pieces done before I do any decorating. And actually, you can change the location of the jump ring. Like, I could make this little triangle shorter or longer by changing the location of that jump ring on this. But I kind of like how these 2 ends hang down, and they're kind of grungy. I think they're just glass beads on some chain. So my general idea for this is going to be kind of a steampunky, grungy journal. I've got all my metal grungy bits. I have printed out a ton. I have gathered up a whole bunch of vintage ledgers and book pages and some scrapbook paper that matches. And I've kind of made myself like a little kit here. Let me show you my little kit here. Hold on. So this is a project box that I have thrown together. And like I say, I have a whole bunch of different stuff in here. I have dictionary pages and vintage book pages. I have these cool, I think it's weather graphs for some kind, an ammeter. And yeah, so those are kind of cool. I have, this is this is an atlas for maps. I just have some different bits and pieces of papers from things that I have used in the past. This is cool. This is an Egyptian 10-pound note, and this is a rice paper envelope from Nepal. And again, this is also from Nepal. I had a friend who went trekking in Nepal who gave me some of her old things. Some more graph paper. This is a whole bunch of different kinds of ephemera in here, including this is a piece of acetate, like library book cover that makes really good windows because the whole thing is slightly yellowed. And then this came, I ordered something from someplace, and this was used as like just stuffed into the envelope as cushioning. But it's got some really cool, either, I think it's Chinese, but I'm not certain writing on it. Some more vintage ephemera. Some various and sundry different kinds of papers. Some book pages from an engineering book about steam engines with graphs and numbers. Again, some various book pages. I don't know if I'm going to use this, or what of this I'm going to use. I just threw it in a kit. I don't know why this is in here. I've got some scrapbooking papers, some different scrapbooking papers. I've got some labels and printouts of things from past projects that you never know you might use. I have some coffee dyed papers. These are cool. This is a photo album with kind of an aged glassine window that I've used in the past. Again, some more printouts that are left over from past projects, and then some various different scrapbook papers in the back that I thought I could use. Stamperia, some Tim Holtz, some different things. So this is kind of my go-to kit that I intend to use. Obviously, I'm not going to use all of it because, you know, I could make 10 books with this. We'll see what happens. The other thing I have done, I'm going to put that to the side. Don't go away. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm all right. So the other thing I did is I used my gear dies, and I made a ton. I just had like a whole die cutting session, and I made gear dies out of black paper and craft paper. But then I also have a couple of pads of the Tim Holtz metallic backed craft paper, and it comes in this kind of graphite color, which I love. I see myself using that a lot. It comes in like a silver. And I've got a couple different kinds of gold. So these are like all different kinds of metallic ones, which is totally fun. And they're all backed with kind of the brown craft paper backing, and they come in a variety of sizes. And you'll probably want to see the die that it comes from. So these are the dies. I don't have the packaging anymore. I did not use this one. This one I find really takes, I've struggled with this one before with once it's cut, getting it all the pieces out. So it's not my favorite one, but these all came together in one Sizzix Tim Holtz gear die order. And it's great. I love those. So those are what I used to make those gears. Okay, so I think you're up to speed with just about everything that I have done up until this point. I also have all the metal pieces that I rusted, along with some other kind of little random metal pieces in here. I've got some little clocks. I've got some of those little swivel hook things. I have some of these little optical glassings that I got from Jessica Rapp at some point. Actually, probably a couple of different orders. I have this interesting clasp, which I originally thought maybe I would use for the closure, but I don't think I will, but I'm gonna keep it on hand. I have some metal arrows. I believe these are Tim Holtz. Yeah, Tim Holtz metal arrows. And then I have this. This is a piece of chain that started off looking like this. It came from this bead, again, Michael's chain. I'm not sure if it's metal, real metal, or if it's metal coated plastic. It's very lightweight feeling. It doesn't feel as metallic as this one. So on the end of this one, I just keep the end of this one secured with a magnet. The magnet doesn't work on this. So I don't know if it's just that it's aluminum or I don't know. But anyway, I colored it with my inks and my patinas. And I'm relatively happy with how it came out. And it doesn't seem to be, it seems to be permanent. It seems to be permanent once it's dry. I don't know if I'm going to use it. We'll see. So I've been playing and experimenting. But what I want to actually do today is I got this. It's got a metal tab and it's got like a plastic window in the metal tab. And I got a bunch of these off eBay. So I want to use this as my elastic board. And so my plan is that this is going to go in here. I'm going to trim it down to size a little bit so that I can use these larger jump rings. And these jump rings I didn't purchase. These are what was attaching the links on the string of these together. So I just saved them as I took off the gears. And I'm going to use these jump rings to attach this to this chain. And then this I will cover in some cardstock because it's file folded material, but it's thin. And then I will use this as an elastic board that's an add-on. So that's my plan right now. And you know, stick around or skip to the end and see how it turns out. So what I'm going to do first is I need to cut it down to size. So I need to do is first cut down this edge and then see how much I have to take off the bottom. So I don't know. I don't think I can use this. I think I have to use a craft knife. So let me get this all lined up right here. And then I need my handy dandy ruler. You know, I'm going to have to do it like this, come to think of it. How's that for you? Can you see that okay? Yes. I'm going to put that right there. Then I'm going to line this up like that. Everything's nice and square and straight. And then I will use a craft knife to just take the top edge off of this, because what I really need is I really want to fit all of these holes. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. Gonna line this up nice and straight. And I want to take off just the very bottom edge here, preserving this bottom hole. Maybe over a smidge like that. Make sure it's nice and straight. Line my ruler up with that lines on my mat, and I will take this down a smidge like that. And I'm going to try and grab this without jostling you, sorry. And I'm going to round the edges. Around this edge anyway. Like that. And I think I will just snip this little corner like that. Maybe. Does not want to cut. Okay. All right, so now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach. So this is a printout of a file that I got from Jessica Rapp. It's 2 Silver Oranges. She sold a giant file of a ton of things that she scanned in. I'm just gonna, I thought I printed this off with no edges, but apparently it had other ideas. And she sold a bunch of thumb drives with all of the things on it, and I think she still has, I think you can still buy it off of her Etsy store. But I'm not sure if you can still order the thumb drives. I think you have to do it as a download. But I ordered the thumb drive because it just has a massive amount of files on it of things that she scanned from her collection. And it's just fantastic. So I want this to cover this, but I also want to reinforce this, and this doesn't seem to be quite large enough. How do I want to do this then? I suppose I could grab some scrapbook paper, or I could fill this in with something else, or I could do this here and do something else along here. You know what I have is I do have some, what's this? I have some file folder. What's this file folder? I think I have some other scrap. Oh, here. I have some, this file folder scrap that looks like it would be just about right. And then I could do that over that, because I really do want it to be sturdy. This is not straight. Let's straighten this out a bit. Yeah, totally not straight. Who did that? Okay, so then let me go right about there. I wobbled. There we go. Got the wobble. Okay. So that is straighter. Just trim the wobble. There we go. Okay. So now if yeah, that'll just be perfect. And what I will do is I will glue down the bottom first, do the holes, and then glue the top down. So glue. Do the glue. And then I'm going to glue down this cardstock edge to both sides, because I need this to be fairly stiff, because when you put the elastic on, the elastic wants to pull it and kind of warp it. There's my paper towels. There's a paper towel. Okay, so now I need my, oops, sorry if I jostled you, I apologize. I should have been ready with that. I'm going to just do my holes here. This, and then I'm gonna do a couple in a row for these longer oval holes. I have both the Crocodile Big Bite, this is the Big Bite, and I have the handheld one, and I got the Big Bite first, and then because I wasn't gonna get the handheld one, and then I found the handheld one in the clearance rack at Michael's one day, many moons ago, and I love having the both. So I recommend, if you have to have just get one, I recommend having the Big Bite because it reaches places where you can't otherwise reach. So I highly recommend it, but then I also really like the handheld one. See, now on this side I can just use these holes as my guides. I also like the handheld one because you can very conveniently go through, and if it's something that you don't have to worry about reach for, it's super convenient. The only drawback to this one is that you have to knock the hole out. It gets stuck in there. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, so that is now reinforced. And so now this, actually I want this to go up like that. Can go like this. I should probably, I think I can just kind of trace around where this is with my bone folder and get a feeling for where to cut so that we can see that lovely metal piece like that. And then I'll just cut this out. It's easier to see on this page. I'll just cut around where I scored it. And then that should fit like that. And I think I want to ink this. Let's see, where is my vintage? Oh, this has walnut stain. Where's my vintage photo? Oh, my one vintage photos. Actually, let's do walnut stain. Walnut stain's just a little bit darker, a tad bit grungier. So if you want to get these folders, I was actually looking, I think I just was looking for metal tabbed folder, and when I was on eBay, because I wanted to find the dividers, the little thick pressboard dividers that go in the 3x5 folder files. And this popped up and I was like, oh yes, please. That's very cool. So if you look up metal tabs, if you just look up metal tabs, it will come up with everything that fits that. Oh, somebody's at the door. It's okay. There are people around to get it. I think it's probably my son home from work. Sandy, Kenai, that'll do. Come on, guys. It's all right. Yeah, they're doing a protect. They're big wusses when it comes to people. They bark a good bark, but when somebody comes through the door, Kenai melts into, Kenai's like a lab golden retriever husky mix, and he just melts into a pile of mush. And Sandy is a husky mix. We don't know what the other part of her is, but she's a big coward. And she just kind of cowers. Not in a bitey, dangerous way, but in a pathetic princess way. They're silly dogs. Okay, so it's not exactly perfect, but it will do. Yeah. Let's just get the I might put some washi tape or something over this seam right here to cover up where it's not perfect. And then I can just take this down like that. I really like this black backing. I wonder if I could get away with let me see if I can find some washi tape to go down this strip here, because it's not perfect. I actually have some fabric tape that might work nicely. It's tickets. I also have Ledger fabric tape. I kind of like that. That's nice. I think I'm gonna go with the Ledger. I have this. No, that's not what I want. Do I have anything? I don't have any like properly grungy, like, yeah. We'll go with the Ledger fabric tape. So let's see, this will go right like that. I'm just gonna cut this down like so. Okay. And I'm gonna put this on here so that it's reinforced. And then I think I might have to do the back as well. So tell you what, I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the back, and then I will be right back. Hi, I'm back. So I have made some decisions. I glued the back on, I've inked the edges, and I've decided what I'm going to do for the the holders. And I have these little rusted kind of D-rings. I have some of these gears that are going to go on the back, and I have some paper die cut gears that are going to go underneath there. So I've done the first one. So I utilized the metal tab here. And so I did the D-ring, the paper die cut, the gear on the back, and then the D-ring and the brad through the front. So I'm going to have 4 pairs, and I'm going to kind of eyeball where I want them to be kind of equidistant. So I'll do them in a row under here. So I need a paper one and a D-ring for the front. And that's going to go like that. And then I will just going to use my awl to poke through, kind of central. And then a brad goes through the hole with a gear. Oops. Oh, that's interesting. I suppose I could do it. I'm going to try this one. Should I do it that way? Yeah, I'll do it that way. And then I can spread. See, I did the center hole on that gear, and I'm doing a side hole on this gear, and that also works. So then I just need to kind of get an idea of where the other side is going to be here. So I need a die, a D-ring, like that, and I want it to be about level, like that. I'm going through the fabric tape. Then I need a brad and a gear. I like going through the side of this gear because it's a smaller hole, and I think it will be a little bit more stable, like that. And they can be a little interactive. Okay, so that's 2 sets. I need another set about there, and then I'll need one at the bottom as well. Maybe I'll move these. You know, I'm going to do the bottom one next. So a paper so I can figure out exactly where, and then I'll just kind of, yes, that will work. So that works. And then the D-ring goes there, a hole, a brad, and I am absolutely not being matchy-matchy with these pieces. They're all sorts of colors and patterns, etc. Because I don't have the supplies, A, to be all matchy-matchy, and B, it's supposed to be kind of grungy mismatchy. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball. The next one is going to go opposite this. So about inline here and inline here is right about there. So I need a paper one, and then I need a rusty D-ring, and a brad, and then a gear, that. And then for this next one, I think I'm going to do it a slightly closer to the bottom than smack dab in the middle. That will work. So I'm going to do one right about there. paper. That's just black. And then my D-ring. And a brad. And a gear. I have to get, I knew I needed more brads, but when I ordered them, I accidentally ordered the teeny tiny ones. I thought I was ordering decent sized ones that had like the screws, the faux screw tops, but apparently not. Apparently I got distracted by the faux screw tops, because I did get the faux screw tops, but I got teeny tiny ones. So teeny tiny, you really can't even tell that there's a screw top there. So I gotta find the decent sized ones that have, I would like the faux screw tops, but I just need decent sized ones, really. Because those teeny tiny ones, I have a ton of them because I just don't have as many uses for them. Okay, last one. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to string some elastic through these D-rings, and it will be like an elastic board so you can stick things that you accumulate in. So I'm just contemplating, do I want to I guess I'm just going to do this, and then I just have to make it long enough so I can kind of thread both sides, and then there, and then there, and then there. So it needs to be a little bit longer. Okay, hopefully that's long enough. So I will, gonna lace it like one laces your shoes. And then this goes here. Oops. Well, don't have to worry about it sliding. I don't think that's pretty. Okay. And then this one goes here. And then this one goes here. And I'll do this one here. Like that. And like that. And like this. And then crisscross at the bottom. So, oh, looks like I estimated fairly well. I am not sure what I'm going to do on the back side yet, but this at least will be a fun elastic board that you can stick stuff in. And on the back, I suppose I could, I wonder if I could use these. I don't know. I'm going to think about what to do with the back. But for now, this is going to be my writing board that attaches to the chain inside the front cover like that. And I'm going to use these. These. So I'm going to Oh, is it going to be big enough? I think it can be big enough. Just have to be a little fiddly. Come on, you. There we go. And then, oh, slipped out of my hands. Everything with these D-rings, these jump rings, is so fiddly. And then, where's my other one? And then that closes like that. Like that. Okay. So then I'm going to do my bottom one next. And let's see, that's going to attach just there. So I'm actually sliding the D-ring through the chain. I think the last one I did, I just let it slide up and down. So I put the whole chain through that jump ring. But I think I'm going to have it be actually through the chain. So it is it's set in place. And I'll do these and we'll be all set. Come on, you. These are just the right size, like just barely big enough to make it around. So I'm glad it's reinforced. Come on, you. Use your tools. What if I do this first? Like that. And then, like, come on, it's almost there. Oh, you know what? The gear is getting in the way. Okay, now. There we go. Close the up. There we go. All right. 2 more. Ooh. Oh, I had it. I had it. There we go. There's that one. And one more. I think it helps if they're open pretty wide. And then through the chain. And then close it up. Alrighty. And there we go. We have a cool steampunky elastic board. It's a neat metal tab. So now I'm going to cover these with material, not material, but with papers. I haven't decided what, although I was contemplating just stamping the background on these. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And I don't know what I'm doing anywhere else. I'm waiting for a couple things that I ordered to arrive in the mail. because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a plate. So I'm going to do like a whole steampunky cover topper to do here. And I know I want to have a journal down. I can't remember if I'm going to have a journal either here or here. And I'm going to have an ephemera folder. So maybe I'll have the ephemera folder here so you can go through and pick out your ephemera. And then a journal here, and then a writing board and a pocket back here. And then all kinds of interactive things on these two. So that is the plan. Thanks so much for joining me. If you could, hit that like button, subscribe so you can keep tabs on my practice, on the progress on this journal, and let me know what you think. I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.